We just went into sport, and this thing wants to go. Now, I'll tell you the difference. Man, the day has finally come. Plano Kawasaki invited me to ride a 2024 ZX-6R in this beautiful pearl white with these red wheels. Diablo Rosso 4s on it, the best rubber, the most horsepower you can get in a 600. Stay with me. We're going to get on it and go, and I'll tell you all about it. Man, the first thing you'll notice is this beautiful TFT screen. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's in road mode. We're going to pull over and switch it to sport. I've been waiting for this day. It's got the upside down show of forks. Everything can be adjusted. Let's get going. Woo! This thing is the real deal. I've been waiting for this day. Plano Kawasaki invited me to come ride it. And man, I couldn't pass it up. Let's get going here. It's really, the first thing I can notice, there was a gentleman in the comments named Brian. Brian, I'm going to give you my honest thoughts on this as far as how a 750, that GSX-R 750 compares. Let's get going here. Man, you can tell. Woo! You can tell this thing, and it's got the factory pipe on it. You probably can't hear a whole lot of it because it's Euro 5 emissions equipped. So, but boy, you could change that pipe and this thing would come to life. I'm going to tell you a couple things. I've done a bunch of research on these and Kawasaki as a whole, as a company, and give you some thoughts about it. This does not have ride-by-wire. And if you don't know what ride-by-wire is, it's these are throttle cables. Ride-by-wire's electronic. I'm going to tell you the benefit of that. Let's use our blinker here. Man, this thing, you can tell it's light. Oh, man. Boy, I tell you what, let me close that helmet up. The first thing I can tell you is it wants to go. It wants to go. Let me adjust this mirror real quick. I should have done that before I left the parking lot, but no. There we go. I like these big mirrors. Man, this thing handles like a surgeon's scalpel. Holy mackerel. I watched a couple other reviews on it, and the big track testers that tested this said that these front forks and this rear shock are very capable of the track. So it's not just something they're putting on a street bike. This is really one of the last, it may be the last, matter of fact, I think it is the last 600 that brought in that whole era of 600cc crotch rockets or sport bikes, whatever you call them. Man, that brake, it's got some stopping power, but it feels really like a Brembo. I'm gonna get off the bike up here in a few minutes and show you some of the stuff that this comes with. You can tell this thing's wanting to make power. In the research that I did, they did put different camshafts in it from last year, so the power is made earlier. It's made, I think that this thing really starts making power about 2,000 RPM earlier than last year's model. I'm a 30-inch inseam, and half my feet are on the ground, maybe a little bit more than half, but this bike is well balanced. You can tell that it is well balanced. Man, I tell you what, I feel like a stud on this bike, man. Just the position. It's about, really, maybe a little shorter distance from front to back as the 750, Brian. But, man, it's very comfortable. I mean, I'm an older guy, and this bike is very comfortable. I'm really surprised. I thought this would probably be a little bit more than I should want to ride with the bent over stuff, but it's really not that bad. We've got it in road mode. We'll pull over up here. Matter of fact, let's just switch it now. So you'll hold this button up here. We just went into sport. There's your AAA, your battery. Oh, it's even got a fuel gauge. I tell you what, they make a 40th anniversary, and I'll show you a picture of that. You should be seeing it now. And man, now that would be, I don't know how much they are. I think they're only like $600 more. But this bike here is 11, I'm looking on the back there, $11,399. And they also offer one with ABS, which I believe is $1,000 more. The ABS wouldn't really be a big deal unless you had never rode. But like I say, like I've said in other videos, if you've never rode, I don't know if you should really start on something like this. This might be a little bit too aggressive, but it's got a quick shifter up. It does not have a quick shifter down, so you don't see me using the clutch. Oh yeah, that quick shifter's nice. It does not do the down auto blip. It will do up though, so you will have to use the clutch when you're downshifting. Man, this thing rides good. I mean, it's sporty, don't get me wrong, but it rides good. It rides real good. We better stop. This car's coming. Here we go. Boy, I tell you what, looking at that crest in the hill up there, it just, oh man, this thing wants to go. Now, I'll tell you the difference, I think. I rode the 750 a week or two ago. Maybe it was last week. Yeah, it was the last one I did. I think the 750 makes a little bit more torque you can feel. You have to rev this one a little bit more. But, man, I tell you what, it's a close comparable. Very good riding bike. I mean, it's just a macho, it's kind of a cool seating position. It's a stud. It's a stud kind of position. And I can't describe it. It makes you feel like a stud on this thing. Just the way you're sitting. It's like it makes you feel like you're almost in an attack position. It's got a 310 millimeter front disc on it. This bike, I believe, weighs 387 pounds. Y'all leave a comment if I'm wrong. Let me turn that blinker off. Horns here. Got your four-way flashers there. High beam there. I'm going to get off and show y'all the front of this bike. The front of this bike. Now, the 2023 ZX-10 looks good in the front. But man, I just love, and this is real comparable, but the headlights on this, I don't know. This is a sexy looking bike. Period, point blank. And this pearl white, I don't know if you can see it, it's just glowing. But the ergonomics on it, the rider triangle, my hands are about even with my hips, and my knees are not totally flat. I do get the sensation that the gas tank's big, so if you were going into a corner, you could use that outside knee to hold you. It's got a real feeling of you could grip the tank with your knee. You can see the intake ram here. All these are adjustable. Your clutch, your brake, you can adjust them to be further out or further in. It is a super smooth bike. It's flashing there. It's got the economy. which I don't think somebody buying this would be into the economy really, but, and it's got that quick shifter up. And I tell you what, this is a nice bike. I'm blown away. For $11,400, this is a lot of bike. 120, I think it's 124, 128 horsepower. The power to weight ratio, nothing compares to it in the 600 class. All LED blinkers, lights, everything. The mirrors are real stable, they don't shake. Front and rear suspension, totally adjustable if you ever did want to do a track day. There's no heat coming off of it. I mean, it says there water temperature 174, so it's pretty cool here today in Texas. We'll go ahead and get over. Man, this is a bad mamma jamma right here. Y'all leave me a comment and tell me what y'all want to see. The Suzuki, Kawasaki, Aprilia, Vespa, they've got all those lines up at Plano Kawasaki, and they're the biggest volume dealer. I do know that they've got one of these in the ZX-10, the 40th anniversary. I believe they've got 2 of those sold. You could see me shifting without that clutch. We'll do it again. There we go. It will do clutchless upshifting, but you will need the clutch to go down. But man, what an awesome bike. I tell you what, it makes me miss my sport bike. I mean, I love my bike, don't get me wrong, but after I get it paid off, there's going to be a lot of looking up there at Plano Kawasaki to find the next one that I like. Because I've rode a bunch of bikes this year that have really kind of changed my thinking. This bike's got 6.2 miles on it. Yeah, I can see that guy in that car behind us. He's checking this bike out. Who wouldn't check this bike out? It's got like that Lexus pearl white. It's just glowing. Chaos coordinator. That's how I feel sometimes. Man, huge thank you to Plano Kawasaki, to everybody up there, Mike Cannon, AJ, Larry, all the salespeople. They've just opened their heart to me this year and allowed me to ride a bike every weekend. They're an awesome dealership. They'll do anything it takes to get you on a bike. Anything. Within reason. I mean, we're going to cut through this parking lot because that light's going to stop again. We'll go by and I'll give you a look in that's something different. I'll give you a look in this glass, what I look like on it. But it's a pretty aggressive position on the bike, but not as bad as I thought. Here we are, you can see in the glass. I don't know if you want to, I'm nothing really to look at. But I'll put my foot up there. You can see my knee here. My hand's a little bit above it. So it's pretty aggressive. Let's get back going. Dang, speed bumps. I'm surprised really how good it rides. This is a good riding bike. Can't talk. I'm gonna get off over here by the dealership here in just a minute and show you some more about it. Man, I appreciate all y'all watching the channel and commenting. I really enjoy the comments. I'll answer every one of your comments. Tell me what video you've really enjoyed the most this year, and give me some ideas on what else you would enjoy. I'm going to start a series about how to edit video. It's really not that hard. I know there's a lot of people on YouTube that want you to join courses and all this. This ain't black magic. I mean, it's really something you can learn. and learn it a whole lot easier than you think. I'm just telling you, because I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, and I figured it out. But uh-oh, what was that? I think that was a Cadillac Blackwing. Man, I want one of those. I'll tell you what, I want one of these, actually. I'm surprised that slipper clutch, man, it's buttery smooth. I mean, you can tell this bike is brand new. We're not going to give it a hard thrashing because it's a brand new bike, but I'm going to pull over and put it in sport mode real quick and see if you can actually feel a difference. And I'll show you how I do that. We'll turn on the four ways here, hold this button up, it's going to change to sport. There it is. Road, and then it's got rain. It's got 4 levels of traction control, and then it's got a where you can set everything yourself, one rider mode. So we'll change it back to sport. There we go. Get going. Man, it is super. That clutch engagement, turn these 4 ways off. That clutch engagement is butter. Man, this thing wants to scream. I tell you what, let me tell you something that I uncovered, and a lot of people are going to agree or disagree. I want you to leave a comment in the comment section. But these throttle, these cables, manual cables, a lot of people think that this throttle by wire is better, and maybe it is because maybe there's less moving parts. I don't know. But what I did find out, and I called the tuner, and they said, hey, with the throttle cables, there's no fudging with the butterfly valve. So all this bike needs to really wake it up is a flash and a pipe. And then the government or Kawasaki can't control, you know, if you've got the throttle wide open, but you're only getting 60% of the throttle. That's what happens with a, man, that's slick right there, that clutchless shifter. That's what happens with the wireless throttle. With the throttle by wire, is they can regulate it in the computer how much actual butterfly valve, how much the valves are opening. So with this more manual setting or manual cable, there's no regulating it. I mean, like I said too, the cams that they put in this year are going to be, man, this bike handles good. I mean, it just feels like you could just turn around in a parking lot just so easy. I'm gonna get off and show you some more about it and then wrap it up. That 4.5-inch TFT is beautiful. Also too, that's in the black version. You can flip it to the white version. Let me get off here. I want to show you also too, it's got the Rosso 4, Diablo Rosso 4s. Those are high dollar tires, probably $250, $280 tires. That back one, 180 55 ZR17, and that's going to be a 120 ZR17, Rosso 4 as well. This is what I love about this bike, the front end. I love this area right here. It just looks cool. Let me see if I can turn on the high beams and show you. Yeah. Man, look at this. That is a bad mamma jamma right there. The blinkers are down in the sides. But 2024, $11,399. Your levers are all adjustable. You can adjust them out, in, whatever you want to do with these adjusters. I'd probably change the pipe if you wanted to. If not, it don't matter. You could take these off real easy. Everything LED blinkers, clutchless shifter over here. I would imagine, yep, that's your idle control. You can turn your idle up higher or lower. You can see on the dash, we'll turn it down or we'll turn it up. What a beautiful bike. I mean, there's no denying it. There is no denying it. This white is beautiful. They've got some of the 2024 40th anniversaries. I think they've got a couple left that you could purchase that are in the green, blue, and white anniversary color. And I think they've got one or two ZX-10 40th anniversary colors. But either way, you couldn't go wrong with this one. But hey, thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you like it if you got something from it. On my community page on YouTube, I always post what I'm going to ride next. Front shocks are totally adjustable. Back shocks totally adjustable. Awesome, awesome bike. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for watching.